Howdy, hey friends, it's me, the Arty Axolotl. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to be doing something kind of fun. So, I am drawing Demon Slayer characters on Gorillaz' album, Demon Days. So, this was like an idea that I had at like 4 a.m. So, this may explain why this is kind of weird. Most of my ideas, especially the weird ones, come from when I can't sleep. So, yeah. Anyways, it would be nice to sleep, but that's not an option anymore, apparently. So, I'm gonna get into this a bit more. But first I'm gonna talk about Demon Slayer and how much I flippin' love the show. Like, my friend was like, Amy, watch this, Amy, watch this, Amy, watch this. And I was like, make me, like... And then I watched it, and then, like, I binged it, and then it's one of my favorite things now, so... Listen to your friends' recommendations, because they usually know what they're talking about. Pro tip. So, yeah, no, Demon Slayer is just so good, and the art is so pretty, and the storytelling is amazing, and the characters are hilarious, and it's just written so well. And I just love, like, the family connection, and how it shows that, like, just the brother and sisterly love, but also, like, the friendship love, and, like, it's great. Check it out if you are interested in. It's on Netflix, and I'm really excited to get my hands on the movie and watch it. So you'll probably learn more about that in the summer, because I'll probably be obsessed with that when it comes out in America. I just want to say that, like, I do sound stuffy in this recording. My allergies have just been really bad because the season of spring hates me and my nose is dying, but that's fine. Also, it's kind of been a while. I've been kind of unmotivated to draw, and lately my drawing tablet that I record videos with, that I do digital art on my computer with, has been not working. So I'm going to be probably using a different computer and my tablet that I use with my phone to do art, and I might use some of the footage of my speed paint, like the time lapses that I've used for the footage of the time lapses that I've done on my phone, like the time lapses of the drawings that I've done on my phone. Words are so hard. I should write scripts, but, like, I can't read and talk at the same time, so you have me being chaotic either way. So, I guess this idea didn't, like, come out of completely nowhere. I saw my wonderful friend, Monkey with a Marker, on Instagram. I will link her Instagram in the description, because they are just amazing. But they drew their band OCs on this album cover, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, Demon Slayer, Demon Days, it can work. And, like, I wrote it down at, like, 4 a.m., and then I started doing it, because I was like, this is epic. And then I thought, oh, I should probably listen to this music, because I don't want to draw something without really knowing what it is. And so I went in and I listened to the album a couple of times, because I actually really like it. And I did post a picture of Tanjiro, like a little work in progress kind of thing. And I said that I never imagined that I'd ever draw Tanjiro glaring. And she replied to my story, and she's like, are you drawing the Demon Slayer characters on the Demon Days album? And I was like, yeah, how did you guess? Like, she is telepathic or something. I, like, swear that we're the same person sometimes when I'm talking to her. It's fine. It's just weird. If you're watching this, I love you. Don't hurt me. Anyways. But they also love Demon Slayer, and they've made some beautiful fan art, so please go check them out if you haven't. And yeah, of course, they also do like the Gorillaz, but I am going to be going into Gorillaz probably for the rest of this video, because how awesome they are. Like, I don't know how I haven't gotten into this band more recently, because, like, me and Monkey with a Marker have very similar music tastes, and So I just think it kind of works that it's like, yo, listen to this. And I was like, okay. Like I said before, going into this, I didn't know a flying crap really about this band, so I went in and I looked into it, and I actually didn't know that they were a virtual band. And so a virtual band is like a band that's like not actually a thing. They're just cartoons representing the actual people behind it, and like the people behind it is just two guys, and they'll occasionally have people with them. So the band is actually like quote-unquote the cartoon characters that you see on the album cover, especially here. And I think that is so cool. I've never really heard of something like that. And the lore behind them is just so cool. Like the fact that there's an entire backstory about like how they met and like how this world is just so crazy. I'll leave a handful of videos in the description explaining some of the lore if you're interested in, because I didn't know what was happening, and I was like, okay, I know there's lore behind it because Monkey with a Marker told me, because apparently this whole video is dedicated to her, and I'm not mad. And I was like, okay, well, I gotta look into this lore, and like there's an entire Wikipedia page, and I'm not reading this, I'm gonna just watch a video and listen to it. It's flippin' redonkulous. It's so cool. I also just want to say that I struggled so hard with drawing Zenitsu here. His hair is literally the worst. Like, I can't even draw it from the front, but drawing it from the side is a beast. I had a really hard time with Nezuko too, and I have been getting with side profiles because I've been practicing. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Practice makes perfect, or close enough to perfect. So yeah. I've also found connections to this album with the show itself. My English teacher should be very proud of me. Connections between two different things. Great. So I'll also link the video that I found about like explaining some of the stuff behind the album. It's really cool. So yeah, basically I just saw that looking at my notes that this album really represents that like really dark and heavy topics of the world, especially around the time Demon Days was released in 2005. Fun fact, I'm as old as this album, and the Gorillaz has been around for like 20 years. That's so cool. That's so cool. Like, they just celebrated their 20-year anniversary, so happy birthday, I guess, Gorillaz. Yeah, so like, the album has very subtle statements about the world around them and commentary about the world around these characters. And I feel like Demon Slayer has very dark, I'm not going to say undertones because like they're very at the forefront of the theme of the show. However, at times the show can be super dark and heavy, but there's also very interesting and like awesome other things about the show, if that makes any sense, because like it does show that like you can have happiness in hard times and that there are good things even if there are killer demons trying to get you and that you have to kill them. But I just like, also the album is representing how the world is like no longer slave, to quote the video, and I think that the world in Demon Slayer isn't safe, especially for Tanjiro, and I just think the connections are actually pretty close, or at least it made more sense in my brain. I just want to say that I struggled with Tanjiro's hair too, but I do think I pulled it off pretty well. Like, I'm actually most proud of Inosuke. He's the one on the bottom right corner where Russell would be. So, yeah. I actually do wish that I would overlay them with like the color that they have in the album, or like their main color, but I do like how it turned out because I overlaid the entire drawing with one color, and I think it does make it look more cohesive. And I did find like a tutorial on how to draw plaid, and so I used that for drawing Tanjiro's Hari. I do think it turned out pretty good, but I could probably use practice on using that method. However, yeah, I just think that looking at darker things and seeing that there is good is one of the coolest things, because like obviously life isn't going to be perfect all the time, but we do need to stay positive, and I feel like both of these are great examples of people doing that, I guess. And I just think that, and also the video mentioned that there is a message of hope and redemption at the end of the album, and I think Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba, does such an amazing job with that too, because in the show we see Tanjiro showing compassion towards the demons that he's killing, but like he is killing them, but he is showing compassion towards them. Like he saved that one demon's writings and he didn't step on them when he was fighting him in the moving room, and I just thought that was so admirable. One of the reasons Tanjiro is like one of my favorite characters ever. But yeah, I just think that like there are a lot of examples of media where like, oh, the world sucks and there's nothing we can do about it, but like obviously we can always look to the bright side and do our best to fix it, because especially my generation, like the generation that this album is more for, we're the ones who have to deal with like the really heavy stuff, and like we have to clean up the world. And as much as I love having that responsibility, I just think we do need messages of hope from time to time because of how heavy the world can be on us. And yeah, I just think it's a really good connection. So I will see you soon, hopefully. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I haven't been super motivated, and I did say that my tablet is kind of dying, but I do have some other fun videos planned, so stay tuned. Also, if you want to buy a print, sticker, mug, shirt with this on it, this design on it, this is on my Redbubble. I'm like I said, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this turned out. There are things I would do differently, but I'm really pleased with the techniques that I used and how it turned out. And I'm really happy that I was able to get this video like this short, because like it was at like 30 minutes and I was like, I am not going to have a 30-minute video. But yeah, so I'm just really happy with it for the most part, and I really like the like rendering that I have on the Nosuke, so yeah, it's great. So see you guys. I'll have music for the rest of the time. Love you, be safe, stay rad, and I'm not gonna have any music recommendations or song recommendations for this week because this is like an entire album. And yeah, let me know if you listen to Gorillaz and what kind of music you like in the comments below. See you guys later. Love you.